Gyanesh, welcome to NDTV Profit. First, tell me how big a development is this and what it means for your company and the sector.
Thank you, Nisha, for having me. I think this is much awaited and it's a great time for India. We just recently concluded the US-EU trade agreement, and now this. It's going to change the landscape of how India approaches the international markets. And for large manufacturers in the energy equipment sector like us, we see phenomenal strides coming forward.
That's right. Vikram, 60% of your revenues are from the export market. That's the mix that you have between domestic and exports. Over the last few months, while there was uncertainty and higher tariffs in the US, first of all, out of the 61%, what proportion, and I'm guessing it would be a majority from the US. So what proportion was from US, and now how much will get reinstated and benefit?
So because of the tariff and various other stringent import clauses that were set forth by the US CBP, we saw that our international business was diminishing significantly. In the last year, it was quite compromised. And with this change in tariff regime and overall resilience in the Indian manufacturing ecosystem, the kind of investments and growth that we are undertaking to make sure that our upstream value chain is also secured within India, we see that this will act as a huge catalyst towards changing this scenario now.
And also, Gyanesh, now that it's been specified that this rate really is applicable immediately, do you have a technical understanding of when can you start exporting at these rates, these tariffs, and what are you bracing up for? And the final, most important question in this is, what's the bottom line? When is it hitting your performance matrices and improving your performance?
So we were expecting this to happen in the last quarter, while we see that this quarter will see consolidation in all our pipelines and all our activities. We already have an order book of 10 to 12%, which is waiting to be consumed. So this year, the coming fiscal, we will see all of this pan out in the next couple of quarters, where our international teams will be on overdrive to make sure that we have caught up with the lost time.
That's right, caught up with the lost time, and there will be pending demand also. So probably you may also see an increase in the US share. And if you can also give a guidance on the share of revenue from the US, and also what is the upside with these lower rates. A little sense on those numbers will be great, Gyanesh.
So typically, the solar equipment manufacturers compete with the Chinese markets, and because they are the largest outside of India in terms of product shipping. So we see that with this tariff clarity, we will be able to compete in the US markets much more efficiently. And also this China plus one, or moving supply chains out of China has been a strategic initiative by the US administration. And we see that with this support, Indian manufacturers will again regain their competitive strength as well as market share going forward. Overall, we see that prices in US are stronger, considering there are strong traceability and other quality clauses, product clauses, which are initiated. So looking at all of these aspects, we see that there will be improved EBITDAs from exports.
By how much? Do we have a sense?
So typically we see 2 to 3% variation in EBITDAs from domestic versus international markets. So we hope to maintain those levels.
Right, and to be kicking in from the next quarter?
Hopefully, we have a pipeline, and we should be able to meet those demands.
So you're saying an uptick in EBITDA of 2 to 3% expected because of this announcement from the next quarter performance?
Not necessarily from the next quarter, but from the next,
few quarters.
couple of.
All
Yes.
right. And Gyanesh, now also there was the strong push by the US government for indigenization of their own industries and not becoming an import market. And since you have such a huge market of buyers over there, of course, you had announced the VSK Energy joint venture for setting up unit and manufacturing unit in Colorado, 4 gigawatts of capacity to align with Make in USA incentives. Give us a sense on where is that, how it's developing, and what it means for the company.
So these announcements and relationships were developed a couple of years ago, but ever since we saw that the administration has a anti renewable energy stand, we kind of were reevaluating our options. Now we as a company are very energized and very strengthened by the developments, and we will aggressively take up our domestic manufacturing plans going forward. As soon as we have them ready, you will be the first to know.
Right. So these developments will now pick up pace, is what I'm understanding, Gyanesh, now to strengthen the relationship further, now that US has also taken a step in the right direction on the tariff as well. But Gyanesh, just one question before I let you go. Impact of budget on your company per se.
So the impact for the budget has been generally positive. I think the overall the fiscal outlay has been significantly moved towards infrastructure, energy, and energy security, and the government's continuous support towards this sector has also led to a lot of investments coming in. So we ourselves are expanding into the Tamil Nadu region for integrating our module manufacturing with cell, and now looking at going upstream continuously. So all of this supports investor confidence and also supports this industry with respect to how renewable is taking center stage and how India is taking the lead in that. So we are very happy with the developments of the budget. Obviously, there are certain support things which are in the fine lines. We are still working on what they will mean for us.
Right. All right, Gyanesh, I have picked your brain on many aspects and futuristic guidance also at the current moment. These are early days. I'm sure you'll also figure out a lot of technicalities and go through the fine print. Thank you so much for joining in with your initial takes. And of course, the market is really cheering this particular move by the US government and the trade deal announced between India and US. Thanks so much, Gyanesh, and all the best for your business coming in from the US.